Women withhold sex, then men make it boring and soon their marriage is over. Relationships for women are more than taking off the clothes and wearing them back. It is about attachment of emotions and feelings, but on the other hand, men are like Fast and Furious. Men, being accustomed to act on reflection themselves, are a great deal too apt to believe that women act on reflection, too. Women do nothing of the sort. They act on impulse and, in 9 cases out of 10, they are heartily sorry for it afterward. It may be true of all relationships, not only between fathers and sons, but between men and women. Nothing seems fixed. Everything is always changing. We seem to have very little control over our emotional life. Men and women sleep not with each other but with the memories, the regrets, the hopes of unions yet to come. Our adulteries are internal, they deepen our aloneness. The desire for freedom and independence becomes more of an issue for many men in relationships, whereas interdependence and connection become more of an issue for many women. What man wanted a woman without fire, and vice versa. Men marry, women wed. Were men and women ever really just friends? Women that can work a camera with ease often work men just as effortlessly, for both require the same commitment to vanity and manipulation. Here's how men think: sex, work, and those are reversible, depending on age, sex, work, food, sports, and lastly, begrudgingly, relationships. And here's how women think: relationships, 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 work, sex, shopping, weight, food. I beg women to wait on God. Keep your mouth shut. Don't expect anything until the declaration is clear and forthright. And to the men I say, be careful with us, please. Be circumspect. Men and women do think differently, and frankly, we don't understand each other. Not at all. But that's what makes relationships so amazing. Despairing of human relationships, people were so difficult, she often went into her garden and got from her flowers a piece which men and women never gave her. Whether you remarried or not, relationships, and the satisfaction tied to them, are extremely important for increasing men's and women's quality of life. Relationships are interesting to me, not just between men and women, but fathers and sons, brothers and sisters and friends. For many men, the denial of dependency on their mother is repeated in their subsequent relationships, sometimes by an absence of any sexual interest in women, sometimes by a pattern of loving and leaving them. Kindness is the essence of greatness and the fundamental characteristic of the noblest men and women I have known. Kindness is a passport that opens doors and fashions friends. It softens hearts and molds relationships that can last lifetimes. Basically, all women are nurturers and healers, and all men are mental patients to varying degrees. No one can be your sun, moon, or stars until you have your own world. At the heart of mature masculinity is a sense of benevolent responsibility to lead, provide for, and protect women in ways appropriate to man's differing relationships. It is much easier to condemn Islam and oppressive Muslim men than to unpack the intricate relationships between global politics related to empire building and capitalist expansion, as well as regional and national struggles revolving around political and economic power and resources. Without trust, our relationships lack an essential ingredient for emotional intimacy. We need to be able to totally trust our partner with our deepest thoughts, dreams, fears, and secrets. This is where men and women are different. We can put aside petty competition for relationships. They can it interferes. The girl said she was too cynical about love, but how could you not be? On the surface, relations between men and women were all soft kisses and white gowns and hand-holding, but underneath they were a scary, complicated, ugly mess, just waiting to rise to the surface. I wanted to reach out and stroke her, to be gentle and tender towards her, take care of her. If others fell by the wayside, dear women and strong, loved by men, how had she, single and unloved, kept her sanity? Most men claim to desire driven, independent and confident women, yet when confronted with such a creature, relevance often evolves into resent. For just like women, men need to be needed.